Still ahead on Good Morning Washington, bathing suit weather is just around the corner, and the Kosher Baker joins us next with recipes to cut the calories and drop the pounds. I need to listen to this. That's next.
All right, pools everywhere are opening their doors in the next couple of weeks. So as we count down to summer, not everyone is ready to slip into that swimsuit.
Right here, I'm talking about. So here with the menu packed with flavor without packing on the pounds is Chef Paula Scheuer, better known as the Kosher Baker, who we always love here.
Yes.
And always great stuff. Great flavors. It smells so awesome.
Everything's so bright.
Yeah. Right, because it's spring and going into summer, or you want to see colorful food. I know it's been cold in D.C. this week, but it's going to warm up one day.
Right.
So let's talk about a soup that you can make, and this looks pretty easy.
So this is my golden tomato soup, and what's so great about it is that I've eaten it hot or cold. You can garnish it cold like a gazpacho or serve it hot, so depending on the weather. So the first part of this recipe is just sauteing like shallots and onions, carrots, and celery. So I already did that.
Easy.
Yeah, super easy. And then you're going to add these golden tomatoes, and you don't even have to cut them. You literally like dump them in the pot with some turmeric. We're going for like everything bright and yellow.
Yes.
Even when my kids were little, but I like different colors in soup. And then I have my yellow peppers, and I put those in.
Okay.
And you let that cook with your water, till it's about soft. I do this in an Instant Pot. So after it heats up in about 10 minutes, it cooks for 5 minutes. But in a stovetop, you do it for about 25.
All right.
And then this is my trick for lots of soups. Usually people put everything in the soup, puree it, and that's your soup. But I add things at the end. So for this recipe, I add fresh tomatoes and garlic, raw garlic, into the already cooked soup, and then I puree it.
Really?
And you can do that throwing in spinach, throwing in a handful of basil at the end of your cooking so that it stays greener and brighter, and it's a big pop of flavor. And
that garlic will taste
raw garlic?
It's in hot water, so it'll...
Okay.
And then my trick for getting out the seeds from the tomatoes is literally cutting them in quarters and pushing them out with my fingers. People always say, how do you see tomatoes? I'm like, I use my fingers.
Okay, that's simple.
Oh, because I usually get rid of all of this stuff to get the seeds out.
I don't. I get rid of this. If you cut it in quarters, you can squish your fingers through and get the seeds out. And I don't take off the peel if you want to strain it, which I usually do. You can do that at the end. And then you have your soup, and you can serve them in shooters for a party if you want, which is great.
That's cute.
And then the next recipe I have from the Healthy Jewish Kitchen is my Indian barbecue chicken. And I'm all about like quick steps. So it's a marinade that you take the green onions, lemon juice, cardamom, cilantro, jalapeno, turmeric, salt, coconut oil, onions, garlic, and ginger, and you just throw in a food processor and just push a button. And that's your marinade.
Simple. It kind of makes like a paste.
Right, and then you can just kind of dump it on top of your chicken, you just dump it on top. Usually I use my hands with gloves to do this. And then very sophisticated cooking technique, you smear.
Smear.
You smear all over the chicken, and you let that sit for a couple hours, and then you barbecue it. I usually grill it for like 10 minutes each side, 8 to 10 minutes, and then put it in the oven the rest of the time.
No grill? What are the steps if you don't have a grill?
Do it in the oven. Just throw it in the oven on a higher temperature, and that's how you make the chicken. It's so easy. And you could probably put this on salmon or another kind of meat as well. And you guys can taste this.
And you've got a dill salad to go alongside
So this salad is inspired by Israeli salads, which I've had many times I visited there. It's dill, mint, and parsley chopped up. There's no lettuce and no grains. And then it's got toasted almonds and some tomatoes in it. So it's almost like a tabbouleh, but it's only the herb part, so you don't have the grain, so less calories.
Okay.
So I'm all about taking things that people love that are traditional, but just like, how can I make this lighter? How can I make it with less fat? How can I not bread the chicken, not use a jarred sauce? So it's easy.
Good point. All right, now you've got dessert. How do we lighten dessert up?
Okay.
Chicken is amazing.
So in my book, what I mostly did for my recipes is I took traditional Jewish recipes like challah and raglach and babka and made them with whole grain flours. So to make this tart, I took out some of the white flour and put in dark cocoa instead.
Oh.
So cocoa is better for you than the white flour.
Right.
So that's why you have the chocolate crust. And I put in, blackberries, raspberries, peaches. But
can you use any fruit? You've just got,
You can use any fruit. I tend to pre-cook apples before I put them in tarts and pies because I like my apples softer. So what I like about the raspberry and the peach is that you have the brighter colors next to the chocolate dough.
Tastes
Where
like
can
summer.
people get your book?
So Healthy Jewish Kitchen on Amazon. You can find me at thekosherbaker.com and on Instagram as Kosher Baker. And always creating new recipes. The golden tomato soup is brand new.
I'm going to make that today. I love that.
That's going to be
Paula,
awesome.
thank
We'll
you.
post all the recipes on our website as well. Coming up next, I know it's hard to believe, but yes, we will be in the 90s sometime soon. When exactly? VJ back with the forecast next.
And once again, a big thank you to Paula and Joey for joining us here this morning. Don't go anywhere. Let's Talk Live with Eileen Whalen and Kid O'Shea is on the way in just about 3 minutes. We will see you tomorrow for our Friday edition of Good Morning Washington. Have a great day.